Barcelona misses out on Ademola Lookman as forward prefers Inter Milan move. Could Barcelona's indecision cost them one of the last remaining gems in the transfer market? Ademola Lookman, a fast-paced forward from Atlanta, seems poised to join Inter Milan instead of the Spanish giants. According to renowned transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, Lookman has made his intentions clear to his representatives in Atlanta. He wants to move to San Siro. But here's where it gets controversial. Barcelona, despite having Lookman on their radar, appears to be losing out due to their hesitation. Following discussions with his team on Tuesday night, Lookman has expressed his preference for Inter Milan. While Inter prepares its initial offer, Atlanta is holding firm, demanding more than €40 million from Italian clubs. This negotiation phase is expected to become more intense in the coming days, with Lookman's transfer to Inter Milan appearing increasingly probable. This situation highlights Barcelona's ongoing struggle in the transfer market. After narrowly missing out on Nico Williams, who recently signed a new deal with Athletic Club, Barca had set their sights on Lookman as a viable replacement. His blend of speed, direct attacking prowess, and scoring ability would have been a perfect match for Hansi Flick's tactical setup. Moreover, Lookman's growing popularity, particularly among African fans, offered significant marketing potential for the club in emerging markets. However, Barcelona's indecisiveness has once again cost them a promising prospect. Financial limitations and fierce competition from other clubs have hindered their efforts to secure Luis Diaz and Marcus Rashford. As Inter Milan moves swiftly, Barcelona finds itself stuck between high-profile targets and budgetary constraints, struggling to formulate a clear strategy. The situation is further complicated by Juventus' interest in Rashford and the fact that Diaz is currently beyond Barca's financial reach. With fewer and fewer options available, the pressure on Barcelona's board is mounting. The urgency to secure a top-tier winger this summer is intensifying, but the window of opportunity is closing fast. So what do you think? Should Barcelona take a risk and make a more aggressive move for Lookman? Or is Inter Milan's quicker action justified given the club's financial realities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Exclusive: Lookman's shocking €50 million transfer bonuses and Leipzig's secret clause. The potential transfer of Ademola Lookman is heating up, and it's not just about the player's skills on the field. The financial aspects are equally significant. Inter Milan is keen to finalize a deal for Lookman by the end of this month, and the inclusion of performance-related bonuses is expected to play a pivotal role in these negotiations. Additionally, it's important to note that RB Leipzig, Lookman's previous club, holds a sell-on clause that could impact the final agreement. In the upcoming weeks, Inter and Atlanta are set to engage in more detailed discussions regarding Lookman's transfer. The goal for Inter is to reach a consensus with Atlanta, commonly referred to as La DEA, before July concludes. Currently, Inter is striving to negotiate down Atlanta's asking price of €50 million. Reports suggest that an offer of €45 million, supplemented by €5 million in bonuses, might just be the sweet spot to persuade Atlanta to agree to the deal. But here's where it gets interesting. The bonuses that Inter proposes will be crucial in these talks. They are likely to be linked to easily achievable targets, such as securing a spot in European competitions or Lookman's initial goals and assists while playing for Inter. Moreover, Atlanta is under pressure to expedite this situation, particularly because RB Leipzig is entitled to a percentage of the transfer fee. Specifically, they will receive 10% of any capital gains up to €20 million and 15% for any amount exceeding that figure. This financial arrangement adds another layer of complexity to the negotiations. As fans and analysts, what do you think about the implications of these bonuses? Are they a smart move for Inter, or do they complicate the deal unnecessarily? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Atlanta demands Esposito and Lookman deal with Inter Milan. In a surprising turn of events, Atlanta has made a bold request to Inter Milan, insisting that the young and talented striker Francesco Pio Esposito be included in the transfer negotiations for the highly sought-after Ademola Lookman. This demand highlights Atlanta's strategic approach as they seek to bolster their squad while negotiating for the Nigerian forward. According to reports from Tuttosport, as referenced by FC Inter 1908, Atlanta, affectionately known as La DEA, is keen on acquiring the 20-year-old Esposito as part of the deal to secure Lookman's services. Inter Milan's interest in Lookman remains unwavering, yet discussions with Atlanta have encountered some hurdles, making the negotiation process less than straightforward. Nevertheless, with Lookman having given his consent to join Inter, the Nerazzurri are optimistic about finalizing the agreement. The 27-year-old winger has already accepted the contract offer presented by Inter, paving the way for a potential transfer. In addition to the Lookman situation, Atlanta is also facing the imminent departure of another key player, Matteo Retegui, who is set to sign with Al-Qadsiya. This development leaves coach Ivan Juric with a significant void to fill in the attacking lineup. Reports suggest that Francesco Pio Esposito could be the ideal candidate to step into this role. Despite his limited experience in Serie A, Esposito is regarded as a generational talent, and Atlanta sees him as a viable long-term replacement for Retegui. However, it is important to note that Inter Milan has no plans to part ways with the former Spezialoni, which raises questions about the feasibility of Atlanta's request. This situation opens up a broader discussion about the dynamics of player transfers in football. Should clubs prioritize immediate needs or invest in young talent for the future? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.